Greetings, dear ones. I am Cryon. Come a little closer. Come a little closer to that big box that we talked about in the channeling earlier this evening. Dear ones, you live in a reality that is only partially observable to you. And we have said this before. So many times we hear you say to us, the reason that I don't believe in some of these things is because there's no evidence, because there's no science, because we don't see that which you talk about. And you're right, because you cannot see past the box you're in, things that exist outside of it. What if outside of all of that you think is real is another real? A reality that's so much larger than you think you're in that it fully has escaped you. Think of those on the planet who grew up for thousands of years and had all these things before any telescopes. All you had was the idea perhaps there was something bigger than you when you looked outside at night and you saw the lights in the skies. So interesting that the indigenous had put it together before telescopes. By the movement of the stars, they had an idea of the cosmos. Even that there perhaps was planetary movement before telescopes. It wasn't until then that you realized you are part of a cosmos which is absolutely enormous, you were never told about because you never knew it. But after the discovery, now it has changed the paradigm of everything, of how you look at everything, where you want to travel and what you want to do as a culture, as a planet. That's what I'm talking about. What if all of this has been hidden from you to such a degree that so many on this planet still think that there's only one tiny box? They're not even aware of the nesting of the boxes. And we speak now, of course, of the channel earlier. I'm going to do what I always do. I want to walk you through a scenario. And when I do it, I'm going to say to you, is it real? Is it not real? When we started these Healing Wednesdays, this was always the subject. A full explanation of what the bridge was, a request for you to visualize going across it into a different land. And the more we did it, the more we were on to perhaps a path that you were starting to understand. So we skipped a lot of that. And we went right to the bridge so often. But I want to again say it. These people, human beings, lovely human beings, who are interested enough in themselves to watch this and to listen to this, are beginning to know about the bigger box. But did I ever tell you what was really there? Why do you go there with me? What do you do when you're there past what I give you as a visualization or tell you what is happening? What else might be there? And the big question, do you ever do it on your own? I know that these particular episodes and these programs, these meditations that I give you on the Circle of 12 are exercises. They're exercises in awareness. Some still think they're exercises in imagination, not understanding at all that they're very real. The exercises in awareness, the awareness that just perhaps everything that you are right now, where you sit, who you are, who you're with, what you do during the day, how you earn your living, how you work with your family, all the things that you love to do, all of that is in a teeny tiny box. And you call it your world. And now you're starting to see that that world of yours might include not only something much, much larger, but let's say the actionable item that you have is to go there and pick up things from the bigger you and bring them back across the bridge. Did you get that yet? I think most of you have. And the thing that this all has an energy of, which runs through all of these things, is the power of love. And it's the love of the Creator for you. We've said it so often, and there's been so many metaphors I've given to you that compares you with your children and how much you would love them. And we said to you, this is not that much different from the Creator and you, except that you're not the Creator's children. You are part of the Creator when you're not sitting in the chair where you are. That is a really tough call for so many human beings. You mean I'm actually part of God? Yes. Yes, you are. The bigger you is forever, always was, always will be. The spin-offs are the physical you, the temporary ones that you call human in your bodies right now that come and go on this planet for universal reasons. But the real you is the one that, for all these episodes, we've been asking you to touch. So you would know there is something bigger, there is something more, there's something for you. I want you now to come with me across that bridge yet again as we set up another premise for the month. The bridge is a metaphor, of course, everything is, for your permission to cross from the known to the unknown and go to that bigger you. Go directly to the big box and see what is there. So many of you have done that every time. I want you to come with me, take my hand. Oh, as we cross this bridge yet again, go through the mist, go into that area of energy which is so sacred, which is the big you. It has your name all over it. It has your energy all over it. It ought to feel good. Everything is safe here. You can do anything. You can be anything. Everything here is the bigger you, and it's absolutely real, dear ones. How many of you feel that? That you can go inside to your soul. And for the moments in this multidimensional land, this world that you're in, if you wish, this is home. And you can feel safe. I said it twice. Because there are those who often never feel that way. Where everything is okay, truly. Where there is no death. And that everything you ever were part of remains here. And we have shown you that time after time. I want you to go through this doorway. It's a different doorway every time. This doorway is a different one from last month. Now it may look the same, but you're going to move through it like you move through a portal. There's only one doorway. It just goes to different places every single week. This goes to a very special room. It's different. It's different from any place you have ever been. It might be similar to the room you saw the Star Master in. This room is huge. It's enormous. It's beautiful. But you can't see the walls. What kind of a room could be beautiful without seeing the walls or what's on it? It's beautiful because it contains elegant energy of you. The room has one chair in the middle of it. It's enormous. You could think you're outside. Perhaps you could even see the stars if it were nighttime, but it's just that big. On purpose. The room is very, very large to contain you. And in a moment, you're going to get permission to sit in the chair, and in this chair, something is going to happen. And it's going to happen every single week. Let me tell you about it. The chair is called the Chair of Transformation. Now, what would call you to this chair to be transformed? Aren't you good enough here, you might say? What is to be transformed here? So let me start yet again and remind you that some time ago, we told you it was time to plant the seeds you came for, that you'd carried for lifetime after lifetime, the seeds that an old soul would have to put in the ground, to harvest, and that harvest would create a new human, new energy. These seeds would be various kinds of seeds, and we ask you to come to a room similar to this and pick up the jars of the seeds and take them back and plant them, and that's why you're here. That's all metaphoric for you being filled with the new energy of the planet that you are helping bring in, old soul. This is the time. We told you this. We revealed some very special seeds, and if you're not familiar with that, go back and listen and watch. But all of that leads us to other episodes in this place, this bigger you place that we're in. Because when you start to harvest the seeds, now come the rewards, if you wish to call them that. They're not really as much of rewards as they are tools that you must take or not in order to change the planet in the way that you know how you can do. Every week when you sit in the chair, you'll have a team come forward. And they'll be different every single time for their specialties. You'll know some of them, you may not know some of them. Some of them are always part of your guide set. Sometimes there will be many, sometimes there'll be a few, there might even be one. That's not the point. They're going to come and give you a gift. Sometimes all of them will come together as one and give you a gift. Sometimes they will come in sequence and give you many gifts. Let's see. Are you willing to sit in the chair to start this month's transformation? If you are, I invite you to say, inward, out loud, Dear Spirit, I give permission for this transformation today. Dear Spirit, I give permission for this transformation today. And there you stand. Is this real or not? Real or not? How many of you can feel this? To know something is coming. And if you spoke these words or thought these words with me, you just gave permission for it. Intent is incredible power. Intent given in love is even bigger. Sit in the chair. The chair sits there all by itself, alone, and immediately there'll be a line of entities. Each one holds a gift. You don't know how many there are because you can't see past 3 or 4 of them. I want you to notice they're neither female or male. They're just there. They may be in robes. They may look like guides or angels. They may be so majestic that you can't even make out what they're wearing. Some of them may even fade in and out, but they all have one thing in common. They know you, and they have been waiting for this moment for the harvest of the seeds. Just like every other time this month, they or others like them will give you gifts or a gift. Today, for you, each one of them, in their little package that they're going to give you, will give it to you, and it will absorb into you immediately, and then they will walk away. But if you could see their faces, they're shining in love and appreciation as they give you these gifts. Every single one is about health. Every one. That's how we're starting this. Every single one. There'll be one to strengthen your immune system. In fact, that's the first one. Are you ready? Here it comes. The gift is being given to you. And as you touch it, if you wish to take your hands and feel it, as you touch it, it goes inside you immediately. The entity before you moves on, and here comes the next one. given in love. Each one of them has been waiting for this age, for this time. You know them all when you are here, but not when you're in the chair at home. That's why you can't really truly recognize them. The next one comes. It's the gift for you of stability in your system, stability in your emotions, stability in the way you see things, so you don't have to wonder anymore. It's a health attribute, dear ones. Here comes another one. For what is that which is bothering you at the moment as you sit here and you listen that you wish were more in your body? Here is one of the answers to strengthen that, not just your immune system, but to chase away all the other things that don't belong there. This is what you deserve. Dear ones, that's why you came. That's what this first harvest is. You have to be healthy for what you are about to do. Here comes another one and another one. We'll give you one last one before we close. This one is joy. What's joy got to do with my immune system and my health? Oh, haven't you heard us talk? This is one of the keys. The more you laugh, the more your chemistry changes, the healthier you become, the longer you live. Take the package and feel it surge through you, dear ones. Sit in that chair of transformation as they continue to come one at a time, giving you the gifts that you ask for. In this Healing Wednesday, the gifts that you always ask for, they're here. And when you leave from this place after a while, expect these to start growing like the seeds that you planted. And you'll start to feel the result of this night. If you understand, it's real. I am crying in love with all of you. Stay here, stay in this chair of transformation and be transformed. And so it is.